Morning students. So today we have to start with molecular formula. Okay, so first we will discuss the definition of the molecular formula, and then after we will practice how to write the molecular formula of a given compound. Okay, so certain examples to write down the molecular formula for the given compounds we will discuss today in today's class. So what is molecular formula? Molecular formula consists of chemical symbols. Already you know the symbols of the different elements or the radicals. Okay, so molecular formula will consist the chemical symbols for the constituent elements followed by their numeric subscript. Like if you are writing H2O, so here 2 is what? The numeric, and it is subscript because it is written below, and this numeric subscript is denoting the number of atom of the respective element in a given compound. If nothing is written, it means it is usually understood as 1. So here 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen is forming the molecular formula for water. So molecular formula will consist of the chemical symbols, okay, followed by the numeric subscript, which numeric subscript is defining or describing the number of atoms in a given molecule of the compound. Now we have to practice certain molecular formula of the compounds. So before writing the chemical formula or the molecular formula of the compound, we must have two things with us. And what are the two requirements to write down the chemical formula or the molecular formula? First requirement is the symbol of the elements. Okay, first requirement is the symbol of the element, and second requirement is the valency. Okay, the element's valency. And already in the previous class we have seen about the valency. So these two things are required to write down the molecular formula of any given compound. Okay, so what are the things required to write down the molecular formula of a given compound? Then what you will write as the answer? We need symbols of the elements or radicals, symbols of element or radical. Okay, and another thing we need is the valency of the element or the valency of the radical. So if these two requirements would be fulfilled, we will be able to write down the molecular formula of the given compound. So let's start. Okay, so the first compound we are going to write is calcium chloride. What is the name of the compound? That is calcium chloride. Okay, E is here, calcium chloride. So first of all, what is the symbol of calcium? You will write down Ca. And what is the symbol of chloride? You will write down Cl. Now you must know the valency of calcium. In the previous class I had given you a table. So in that table you will get the valency of calcium is 2 and the valency of chlorine is 1. Now what we will do? We will do the crisscross. Okay. So how many atoms? Now it will be Ca. Arrow is moving towards 1. So Ca1. We need not to write the 1. It's always understood. Nothing is written. It means there is 1. And Cl2. So CaCl2 is the molecular formula of the calcium chloride. Okay. Now next we will see how to write down the molecular formula of magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. Okay, so you must know the symbol of magnesium and the symbol of oxygen. So the symbol of magnesium is Mg and the symbol of oxygen is O. Now what is the valency of magnesium? That is 2 plus And what is the valency of oxygen? That is 2 minus. So when both the numbers are same, in that situation it will be cancelled, or we will take the lowest ratio of it. So lowest ratio will be what? It will be divided by 2. It will be divided by 2. So it will be 1. This also becomes 1. So what is the formula of magnesium oxide? That is MgO. Okay. Now next compound we have to see is calcium nitride. Calcium nitride. Okay. NiTride. Okay. So what is the symbol of calcium? That is Ca. And what is the symbol of nitrogen? That is N. What is the valency of calcium? That is 2 plus. And what is the valency of nitrogen? That is 3 minus. Then do the crisscross. So Ca how many? 3. Ca 3 and N 2. So Ca3N2 is the molecular formula of calcium nitride. Next is we have to see the molecular formula of another compound, and that is zinc hydroxide. Zinc, Zinc, zinc hydroxide. So here hydroxide is what? Atom or radical? Hydroxide is radical. And what is the valency of hydroxide? That is -1. So the symbol of zinc is Zn. The symbol of hydroxide is OH. Okay. Then the valency of zinc is 2 plus, and here you have to be careful, 2 plus, and the valency of hydroxide is 1 minus. Now you are doing the crisscross. Okay. So now when you are doing the crisscross, OH becomes 2. So how you will write? ZnOH2, or you will write ZnOH2 in bracket. Which one would be correct? Obviously this one would be correct. Why this is wrong? Because in this case 1 atom of zinc, 1 atom of oxygen, and 2 atoms of hydrogen. Here these two, because to fulfill the requirement of zinc we need 2 molecules of hydroxide. So that is why we need to give the bracket for the compound radicals or the radicals. So the formula will be ZnOH whole twice. Okay. Now we have to see another compound, and that another compound is ammonium carbonate. That is also related to radicals. So here both the acid radical and the basic radical is there. So ammonium chloride. Okay. Ammonium's formula will be NH4 and chloride Cl. Okay. What is the valency of ammonium? 1. It is carbonate, not chloride. Ammonium carbonate. Okay. Ammonium valency is 1, and carbonate, first of all you have to write down the symbol. Ammonium's formula is NH4 and carbonate's formula is CO3. Ammonium's valency is 1 plus and carbonate's valency is 2 minus. Now do the crisscross. So you will get NH4 again whole twice. Okay, bracket and CO3. So whenever you will get the compound radical as a basic radical or acid radical of the compound, and if it is having after crisscross more than one number, then you put a bracket in front of it. Otherwise, only a particular element's atom will be increased, not the radical at all. Okay. Now we have to see the significance of molecular formula. Okay. What is the significance of the molecular formula? If I am writing H2O, by molecular formula we mean one molecule of the compound. If I am writing here 2, then it means 2 molecule of water. If I am writing here 3, then it is 3 molecule of water. So when there is no number is in the coefficient form, okay, coefficient you must have studied in maths, then it means, or the molecular formula denotes one molecule of that compound. And then second significance is what? Second significance is the number of each kind of atoms present, that is the ratio in which the atoms are present in one molecule. So by observing this formula, you can understand there are 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. If anyone will ask you what is the ratio of hydrogen to oxygen in water, you will say 2:1. If anyone will ask you what is the ratio of oxygen to hydrogen in water, then it will be 1:2. So by observing the molecular formula, we come to know the ratio of the atoms in a given compound of the respective elements. And by molecular formula only, we are able to get the molecular mass of the compound. So here, what will be the molecular mass? The atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. And how many atoms are there? 2 atoms are there. So that is why into 2 plus the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. And how many atom is there? 1. So what is the total mass? 2 plus 16, that is 18. And the unit is AMU, atomic mass unit or gram. So this is the molecular mass. So when you have the molecular formula, we are able to get the molecular mass of the compound. So thank you students. This is all for today. Your homework is to write down the definition of the molecular formula. Okay. And then after you will draw each compound. Then second question is, what are the requirements for writing a molecular formula? Then the third question, whatever formula we have discussed, you have to write it down in your copy in the same pattern. And then after, write down 2 significance of molecular formula. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. And those who have not yet subscribed the channel, please subscribe and share. Thank you.